Welcome to the Talking Cities podcast with Matt Entice and friends. Talking Cities is the place where we talk and investigate cutting-edge innovations for cities in America and beyond, featuring people working to create vibrant, healthier, and more sustainable communities and exploring the beauty and creativity in it all. Today's host is the BNMC's Director of Community Wellbeing, Beth McNicka. Let's listen in to her and her guest. Welcome to Talking Cities.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talking Cities podcast with Matt Entice and friends. My name is Beth McNicka. I'm the Director of Health and Wellbeing, and today I am joined by Coach T, owner and founder of Waist Talk Fitness. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So we always like to kick it off with an intro. Could you give us Teaira 101?
So my name is Teaira. I am 31 years old. I am the owner and founder of Waist Talk Fitness. Waist Talk Fitness is an all-women's fitness studio. We're located at 1586 Eggert Road, Buffalo, New York, 14226. We've been open for about 6 years now. It's a women's only facility, so we train strictly women. No age limit is required. My youngest client is 12 years old, so I don't have an age limit to, you working out.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. So what inspired you to start Waist Talk?
So I didn't really have like an inspiration. It was just kind of like a fun thing for me to do. So I just I trained myself, and then I had people that showed interest in training. So I just trained 3 friends just to see, where it takes me or what I can do if it was my purpose in life. And those 3 friends, transformation, obviously, word of mouth got fired. They started to see end results, and then it just kind of took off from there.
Would you say it's a passion?
Yes, definitely a passion. I love it. Like, I get to wake up and do what I love every day. Like, that's the passion.
That is the goal. Not many people can say their professional purpose and personal passion align so closely. That is a gift.
Right.
So did you always know that about yourself?
As far as being a trainer? No. So this is going to sound crazy and like way out of whack, but my main goal was to be a homicide investigator. Like, I wanted to be a homicide investigator. I went to college to do homicide investigating, and it was a class. I would never forget this professor. His words was, "You got to lie to get these people to go to jail." And I was like, "Oop, this ain't for me. Like, I don't want to like lie and have people in jail." So I dropped out of school for that. And then I went back to school for nursing because my mom and my dad was nurses. So, you want to follow the family tree. But another professor, once again, was like, this is hard and you got to want this and do this. And it was just, I don't know, I'm a big person on signs, and I just feel like that wasn't my sign. But I always knew I wanted to help people. I just didn't know what it was. So the fact that training, I can help hundreds of people, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is my purpose. It wasn't nursing. It wasn't the homicide. It was being a trainer.
And being authentically you and following that intuition. There's a lot of people sitting at home right now that probably have the same purpose but don't feel motivated. Maybe they don't think that they can do it. How did you get through? Did you have any thoughts like that?
I just try to make it as comfortable as possible. My gym doesn't feel like your typical gym. Like, the pressure that gyms bring, I try not to have that in my gym. I try to make it therapy. Like, that's your therapy. We come there, we have therapy. You yell at me, scream at me, because do what you got to do. But we get a good workout and a good sweat, and then you leave the doors feeling like a new person. That's my goal at every session with my clients.
And just from knowing you, having you here at BNMC, joining your classes, it's a total experience. Mm-hmm. I have walked into class on days where I'm drained, I'm on empty, I don't think that I have anything to give, and I walk out of that class, my cup is full.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's the goal. Like, everybody, like, working out can be intimidating to some, so that's where I really tap in and try to make it very comfortable. Like, you'll come in nervous, not knowing what to expect. I'll break down the workouts, but I'm a very straightforward, engaging person, so you're never alone. And then I have ambassadors that's walking around making sure you're doing your part. I make everybody comfortable. We introducing ourselves. You know who you next to. You know who you behind. It's literally a community and a family that I try to create within Waist Talk Fitness and classes.
And entertaining. You're fun. You are funny. I'm cracking up the entire time.
I try to be. Because when you have a good time, you don't realize that you're dying working out. Like, it doesn't, it's like, okay, I'm having fun, but I'm also working out at the same time. And then the time just go like that because you're having fun. And you're like, oh, man, dang, I'm leaving already. So, yeah, I try to keep that energy high and the vibes going.
Mm-hmm. And we have different themes every week to keep that engagement and keep people excited. What was your kind of secret to putting that all together? Was it kind of trial and error that, led you to that?
So I realized that different classes bring different people. What I may like, someone else may not like. So I figure if I mix it up to the different crowds, then that'll attract more people to come. So with the themes, we got a little bit of this. I'm not a pink girly. I know my nails is pink, but I only did that for the class. Like, I'm not a pink girly, but I have one of my ambassadors. She loves pink. So I'm like, okay, I guess we'll do a pink class. And then our last class is going to be a Mardi Gras class. So, like, my one ambassador, she's sending me, like, the little face things and the beads. And, like, I'm just like, yeah, I got some great feedback. It takes a team to put things together. Like, I'm not doing all of this by myself. I have a team with me to, give me a little, like, how to make things different or how to make it more comfortable or how to spice it up because, I can't do it by myself.
So how many people are on your team?
I have 5 people on my team.
And there's a lot of entrepreneurs in the fitness space in Buffalo, and a lot of them are working on their own. Do you have any advice for them that might be listening, how you kind of made it from yourself to a team?
Well, for me personally, I just had a son. So, like, now having my kid, I don't have as much time as I used to have. And I don't want to take away from my son because I'm in my business. So it's all about balance with me. And I feel like having a team will put you in a nice balanced stage as far as you not feeling like you have to do everything yourself or the load is too heavy or you're burning yourself out. If you have a team and you have people that's doing stuff according to making your load easier, then that's just the goal at the end of the day.
Knowing there's people you can rely on, trust, deliver.
Right.
Okay. And I noticed on your website, you have a very clear and strong mission about empowerment. Mm-hmm. Can you speak to that?
So I feel like working out, it brings a different empowerment out of women as far as strength. Because like I said, the gym could be intimidating around men, and you can feel like you don't know what you're doing or if am I doing this right or maybe I should be lifting heavy. And then social media gives this false accusation of how much women should be lifting. And I just wanted to make Waist Talk Fitness a community of empowerment, regardless if you lifting 5 pounds or if you lifting 10 pounds. The fact that you walk through those doors is enough for me. Like, I don't care for the heavy lifting like that. You walking through the doors, waking up, showing up for yourself, that's empowerment to me.
Showing up is the hardest part.
That's it. And eating clean. I'm not going to lie. Eating clean is hard too, but like you got to meet in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you had a couple classes ago, you had the meals that you brought, which I got one and it was, oh my gosh, I was so happy. One place I had my workout, I had my healthy meal, I got a cute Waist Talk Fitness shirt. It was delicious. Have you always worked with that chef?
So this is a trial and error period right now with chefs because, everybody has things going on. So it's about consistency. I'm a big consistency person. Like, I don't like 1 minute you here, 1 minute you not. So like right now I'm like trial and error with different people. I've had multiple chefs that reached out to collab. I've cooked a couple times just to kind of keep my clients on track. But the one chef that you tried, she reached out to me and we worked together before. And she's like, listen, I'm committed to bringing meals in every week. She like, I really want to do it because she knows it sells out when you do. And I feel like it's a one-stop shop. Like when you have a place to work out in, you have food, and you have protein drinks. It's like you can't miss. You have everything that you need at the gym. So, yeah.
Fitness and nutrition go together. Mm-hmm. The synergy.
It's one and the same, 50-50.
I can partner with you. So what does it mean to you being a woman and a minority-owned business in Buffalo's entrepreneurship scene, but also in our health and wellness scene?
It means a lot. Like, I feel seen, you know, because I feel like women, we are seen, but it's like when people see you and reach out, like you be like, oh, okay, so I'm doing something right. You know, I feel heard. I feel like it makes the women feel like we're noticed or important, so to speak. Health and wellness is like huge for me. And I feel like a lot of people don't take it serious until it's too late or until a doctor is telling them like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. I think for me, being that advocate of do it now and not wait later. And I'm a very blunt trainer. Like, I'm not going to tell anybody what they want to hear. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I think it's just important to, like, take control of your life now. I feel like you live longer when you take control of your health and you're taking control of what you're eating and what you're doing daily, even if it's just walking. Like, it's so important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much does mental health come into the equation in your work? Do clients bring that out? Is it talked about?
Like I said, it's a therapy session. I deal with 30 women a day, so I get a lot of different emotions. I get a lot of different stories. It's literally a chat session. Like, I had a client that recently just signed up. She just signed up for training 2 times a week. Now she's going to commit to 3 times, or she's going to commit for 3 months now, just off of the energy of the gym. Like, she's dedicated to a specific time because they bring specific energy. They talk about specific things. And, like, we had a whole dance party today off of Jamaican music. It's like, if y'all get the work done, I'll play whatever. And, like, she felt that connection. And, like, we'll talk about whatever's going on Facebook, or, you know, we'll talk about whatever's going on in the world. And sometimes we'll talk about feelings. Like, it's okay to talk about your feelings. I try to just make it, you know, it's therapy for women. It's more than just working out. It's a community. It's a sisterhood.
Which is so important, especially there's such a stigma around mental health, and being able to, so having that resource and community and feeling of belonging is so important, especially getting through these Buffalo winters. We won't talk about that. Why do you think movement and wellness spaces like yours are needed? I mean, you talk about the therapy aspect, the community aspect, but especially in a place like Buffalo where we are inside for 8 months out of the year, maybe longer at times.
I feel like it's needed not only because it's an all-women's gym. I feel like it's a safe space for women to feel themselves. Like, it's not any pressure. I'm not pressuring. It's not pressure. It's not uncomfortableness, like you being uncomfortable. I know when I went to the gym with all men, I was uncomfortable. I didn't like the moaning and groaning. I don't like the sweating. I don't like the noises of the weights. The noises of the weight slamming, I don't like that. So, like, even though the girls at the gym, like, they'll, like, slam the weights, but it's not as dramatic as the men at the gym. So, like, it's just a different scene that just makes you feel like, oh, this is not as intimidating. It's not as bad. The windows are tinted, so nobody can see inside. I don't have, like, lights. I have LED lights around the gym. So it's, like, real. Like, when I turn on the lights at the gym to find something, the girls is like, why did you turn on the lights? Like, it's, like, real settled and calming. And I feel like it's a safe space. It's a getaway.
It unlocks a whole nother level when you know that, how do I put this, that you're not going to be hit on or you're being watched, or, you know, it's that safe space for women
to just be women.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you could just, I've had women that were uncomfortable in their skin, and you can see, like, that shell coming out, because then they'll start taking off their jackets. And when it starts to get warm, obviously not now, like, I'll have women come in there with short shorts and just the top. And I'm like, girl, you ain't never come in here like that. And they're like, oh, I got a little body now. I could come in here comfortable. So, like, just seeing that confidence grow within my clients that's just the cherry on the top.
That's everything. That's priceless. Awesome. So how do you spend all of your time, your effort, this community, everything you're building is all about pouring into others. How do you pour into yourself?
Therapy. and I go to therapy. I feel like everybody needs therapy, regardless if you're good or if you're not good. Like, talking to somebody. Like, I'm not the best at communication, but my therapist, we talk. Like, we hear, we talk. I feel like therapy is just, like, your go-to. Like, I go to therapy. And then, like we were just saying, I book trips. I'm a solo person. I go out of town. I just came back from Bali. Like, I leave the country. I'm not in the country. If I feel an overload, my people in my circle know, oh, she's about to go. Or, like, she's going out of town for a minute to recoup. Like I just said, I just booked a trip to Florida. I need a minute because the weather here is just not cooperating, and I just need a minute to decompress. So, like, therapy, I work out myself, so I go to the gym. I do yoga at home. I tried meditation, then I fell asleep, so that's not great. I don't know. They said it's good when you fall asleep in meditation, but I think I was just genuinely tired, and I didn't get the full effect of it. But therapy, I go to the gym, and I travel when I can. And then my son, like, I have mommy Sunday with my son. Like, my son, that's my dog. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've been on and off with therapy over the years, and recently I'm back into it. And it's almost like dating. It's finding a person that you're compatible with, that you kind of have that chemistry for therapy to make it effective. But once you have it, it's gold.
Yeah.
It's everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So what's next for Waist Talk Fitness? Any events coming up or kind of dreams, plans?
So I just hired my first trainer, Coach Teaira. So that's another part of a team growing, taking a load off of me. So she's monitoring the night shift. So ironically, I just had an emergency yesterday where I couldn't attend my night classes, and she stepped in. So expanding my team is definitely in the works for Waist Talk Fitness. I need a bigger team because my clientele is starting to increase, and I'm only one person. With increasing my staff, I need to expand my space. So I'm looking for a bigger space. I want to do a 24-hour woman facility, something like Catalyst, but for women, with a daycare. I had a lot of feedback on Facebook as far as I was asking, like, what is it that us women need for a 24-hour gym? So I'm looking into having a 24-hour gym with daycare services. They requested showers and locker rooms. They wanted a sauna. I mean, I don't got Catalyst money right now, but I'm working on it. You know, we got to take baby steps. But the goal is to definitely open a second location and hire more staff. As far as any major events, we are having a Mother's Day event coming up next month. Me being a new mom, I understand the stresses that being a mom has on us women, and I know it's hard to kind of step away from motherhood because you have that mom guilt. So I created this event just for us to be celebrated, even if it's for one day. It's a week early for Mother's Day because I'm going out of town, but it's going to be a full brunch buffet. I got spa services, so I got somebody to come give you nice chair massages. I got bottomless mimosas. I got a preacher coming, raffles, 360 booths. It's a lot going on just for us to just unwind and just be around moms and just feel the love and appreciation that we need to, feel.
That moms need so much.
For sure.
Definitely. So I also, when you were talking about your future plans for Waist Talk, with the 24-hour gym and having a daycare and showers, you don't only just offer classes, you also do personal training, right?
Yes. So I do. I want to just be clear because I think it's a lot of confusion when it's personal training and when it's semi-private training. So I offer semi-private training. So basically, semi-private training is just, it's training, but you're training with other women. That's where that community comes in at. So I train up to 4 women per hour. So it's not like you all are doing the same thing. Like, my gym is big enough to where I can space you out into you having your own section, but it's definitely going to be 4 y'all per hour. So that semi-private training is what I'll offer. It'll be, like, right now, I would kind of maybe train 2 people at a time, but 9 times out of 10, like, it's like 4 of you with me per hour. So that semi-private training is what I'll offer. Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sore every time I leave a class, so I can only imagine what semi-training is.
Yeah.
But fun, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely fun. You can get to work, though, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And on your social media page, you have a ton of transformations. Mm-hmm. Is there any stories you might want to highlight today?
Not exactly a transformation story, but it was this one client I was having a consultation with, and she made a comment that kind of stuck out to me that I always hold close to my heart. She said, it takes a lot for a trainer to transform themselves, but when they can transform other people, that's another different level of talent. And I'm like, oh, I kind of was feeling myself a little bit. I said, you know what, you're right. And she's like, I've been watching your page, and I see that you work with different types of bodies. And it's like, you don't let the women's curves go away while you're working them out. She was like, that takes a different type of knowledge and a different type of talent. So that was kind of something that really stuck out to me. Yeah.
You're a sculptor.
Yeah. I'll be trying to, keep the curves, but, losing the stomach, the typical what we want as women. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I asked you the first day. I said, can I get instant results? Are you serious? Or?
I didn't know if it was a joke or...
Awesome. Okay. So we always leave our listeners with a message about wellness, movement, any tips that you have for our listeners today about one thing that they can do every day to help their health and well-being.
Walk. Get up and walk. That's all you got to do. Walk and drink a gallon of water a day. That's a start.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where can people find you? What is your website and what are your social media hashtags?
So people can find me at waisttalkfitness.com. We're also on Instagram, waist_talk_fitness. We're also on Facebook at Waist Talk Fitness. Direct number is 716-429-7512. And then we're also on the MindBody app. I guess the MindBody app is starting to become bigger than what I've known it to be. So if you search us on the MindBody app, you can view all of our pricing, our packages, our classes, any special events that we're having. And then that Mother's Day event, you can go on eventbrite.com. It's a real cute title. It's called Moms and Mimosas. So you could just search it on eventbrite.com and just purchase your ticket.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, this is Beth McNika, Director of Health and Wellbeing at BNMC, and we were joined by Coach Teaira of Waist Talk Fitness.
Thank you for listening to the Talking Cities podcast with Matt Entice and friends. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast on all podcast streaming platforms. Talking Cities is brought to you by the Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus, dedicated to furthering economic growth, igniting urban revitalization, and building a strong, thriving community. Using our mutual city methodology, we foster conversation and collaboration among anchor institutions, partners, and the community. Together, we address critical issues including job and business opportunities, healthy and active living, entrepreneurship, energy, access, and transportation. The Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus, working together to change our city's future.